Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. It's really super windy out today, and so Orchid is not doing well today. She did not want to be outside in the wind, and so I took them back into the barn, and maybe we'll go at the end of the video and go check on them. I kind of want to check on them a little bit. But I decided to go ahead and go through my seeds and figure out what I'm going to start. This seed bin here are just the seeds that I gathered at the end of last year and the beginning of this year that were on sale, clearance, so on and so forth. So I'm going to kind of go through them and kind of show you what I have. I have two of these hot mix microgreens, so I'm like really excited to play with these a little bit. What I'm going to try to do is plant them to where I can just like trim off the top and let them continue to grow. Kind of like these green onion tops here. I used those. I cut them off about down to here, and they've already started growing. I have another one here that I need to use up. I'll probably use that today in something. So kind of like what I'm doing with those, but we're going to do the microgreens. Okay, so like I said, this is just this year's. I have tons and tons of seeds from other things. One year I did a really interesting seed swap with a really great group of girls. And so I'm going to kind of show you what I got in this group here. Let's just go, let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay, so we have cabbage, cabbage, and we have some broccoli. We have collard greens and our Swiss chard. Okay. Trying to grab the like things. Okay. It's going to be a mess. Okay, so we have peas, we have beans, and beans. So I did start gathering a lot more beans because I do want to can a bunch of beans this year, plus dry some for supplements for the goats for next winter. Okay, let's look at some of these. Okay, so let's go with the root vegetables. Oops, not a root vegetable. Okay, so here are our root vegetables. We have some radishes, beets, carrots, leeks. I'm really excited about that. Here's some onions and some more onions. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the rest of these. So we have like different kinds of peppers, yellow banana peppers. Now we have some tomatoes. I really am excited about these right here. These are the Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. I am absolutely thrilled about that. Oh my goodness. I was so happy to find these Ford Hook seeds. We have Mamie's Brown's tomato. We got two of those. We have some of these cherry tomatoes. We have some spinach. We have some lettuce, basil, parsley. I can't hold all of those. We have some chives. Now we have some of our viney ones. We have some summer squash, some zucchini, some cucumbers, some more cucumbers, okra. Okra. We have our cantaloupes, more Ford Hook. We have some watermelon, some more watermelon. And then I did grab a few of these flower packs, just because I thought, you know, our little hummingbirds would love those. Okay, so this is what I gathered last year. These are cantaloupe seeds. These are from the Indiana Athena melons. I'm really super excited about these. These are phenomenal. Now, I do know that every time that I have grown seeds from them that I have collected, they've always been a smaller melon, but just as sweet and just as delectable. So I'm real excited about getting these cantaloupes planted. Something else I picked up this year was I picked up some root hormone. It's normally $5.68, but it was on clearance at Walmart for $2. So I picked that up just in case I decided to start something from root. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Like I said, this is just what I gathered for this coming season at the end of last season and the beginning of this year. So these were all clearanced, they were all on sale, and that's what I did. So I'm going to show you something else real quick. Okay, so if you've been following me, you know that I had a bunch of spices sitting here. What I did was I devised this big round of spices. Let me move this out of the way. This big round of spices is easily, you can move it. On one half are the spices that my husband uses when he does things, and on the other half are the spices that I use the most. So I really like that setup. I also organize the inside of these shelves. The top is all of my natural maple syrups and honeys. There's also some extra coconut oil and apple cider vinegar and some cake decorating things. On the bottom, on the middle, are just extras of everything, baking spices, things like that. Now, on this bottom shelf here, I do have extra spices and things, but I also have cake mixes, brownie mixes. I have frostings in there, jello in there, all kinds of things to add to things, and things that are open that I'm using, my open honeys, so on and so forth. I found all of these packets of spices that we're going to go through. We're going to use all of these up first. I do have a lot of these bouillons that I need to use up. So what I'm going to do is just start using these instead of canned broth or any of the broth that I have made. I'm going to just start using bouillon right now as my cooking aid. I do have some of these little spices back here that are like mint and things that I normally don't use, but we're going to find a place for those. Okay, move all this out. Now, up here I have all of the things I'm using, my grapeseed oil, my olive oil, my sprays, my balsamic vinegars, coconut oil, regular oil, and I keep my soy sauce there. I mean, that's perfect. And then underneath, I have all of my extra spices that my husband probably won't use. I've got my honey here, some other things, and that's where it goes. Is just slide it right underneath there. Everything kind of goes back where it needs to go. And there you go. I still haven't gotten everything that I need in the big jars, but we're working on it. And we know what we have. Now let's look at something else. This here is a menagerie of old and new. I put the new stuff up there that my husband needed or wanted, and then there was old stuff up there, so I have to redo all three shelves. And that's going to be a chore, but it's not going to be too bad. Okay, so there you go. This is what we're working on right now, just organizing, ready or planning. And let me show you one more thing about spring planting. Okay, so what I did was I dumped all of my bins over to try to get this soil to kind of um, dry out a little bit so I can work with it. These have been composted for quite a while. This too needs to be turned and flipped. And then what I will do is use some of this with some of my already potting mixes that I have. And then we will add some goat manure, straw, and hay and all of that, as well as some chicken manure and straw too. So, like, the bottom of the containers will have the straw, kind of build it up so I don't have to use as much soil. And then by the end of the season, we'll turn that around and we'll just keep composting in these bins. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I have a lot to do today. Bye, y'all.